So I had a decent amount of people ask me to share my Boston Marathon experience. So I thought I would just make a video because it makes my life so much easier. It kind of obviously starts the night before the marathon. I unfortunately did not sleep well, and it was not due to nerves or anything like that. Just didn't pan out well with my children, who usually sleep very well, decided to not sleep well at all. And my wonderful husband was like on duty, but unfortunately, it's like my number one priority is the kids, and it's just mom life. Like it happens. So I didn't sleep well at all. It was very, very broken sleep, only about 6 hours of broken sleep. And I actually track my sleep with my watch, and I did not get any deep sleep or REM sleep. And yeah, so sleep didn't go well. But I still woke up and was excited. I was actually very calm. I was not nervous at all. I was more nervous for the marathon the days prior, but the day of the marathon, I was just ready to go. I knew I was prepared and trained and just wanted to put forth my best effort. Anyways, so my sister Lindsay brought me to my friend Colleen's house, and Colleen dropped me off at South Street at a drop-off location at about 8:45, 9, where I hopped into a bus to go to Hopkinton High School. One thing, if you have never experienced the Boston Marathon, where there's the athletes village, it's pretty wild, wild in the sense of people watching. There's probably 500 porter potties, which was just, I've never seen so many, and I know it sounds stupid, but it was just quite amazing. I actually didn't have a lot of downtime because by the time the bus drops you off and then you walk to athletes village and then you wait 25 minutes to go to the bathroom, it's really not long until it's time to walk the 1 mile walk to your corral. So I got there at 9, and at 10:30 I was already walking the mile walk to the corral, and I was very lucky that I was in the first corral. So there's 8 of them, and I was right at the start line, probably I don't know, not even 50 yards back from it. So when they shot the gun to start, I thought there was gonna be a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and there was not. And I was taken back because it was 11:15. You hear the gunfire, and it was oh, okay, I guess I'm going. You start to go, and I was wearing a rain jacket and a poncho. Prior to that, I was wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and I had since already donated it and got rid of it. So I started running with the rain jacket and poncho, and obviously I got very hot quick because it was not raining at that time. It was raining very heavily while I was waiting in that hour and a half. But I decided to ditch the rain jacket and poncho because it wasn't raining, and I was cruising. I probably was having one of my best runs up until mile 10 to 14. I was dying to see my family, and I knew my sister Lindsay and Matt and Charlie were going to be at mile 7. And when I saw them, it was so refreshing. I really wanted to see someone I knew. And so after I saw them, I just was all right, the next time I'm going to see family is in between mile 13 and 14. So I was cruising. I do not feel like I was running faster than I should. My pace was definitely up, depending on the mile, but I was just enjoying the run and ride. I didn't feel out of breath. I just was doing what my body, it felt good for my body. So then I get to mile, it was over 13 and a half miles. I saw Marissa and Olivia, and I saw my cousin Alyssa and my 2 brother-in-laws, Eric and Greg, and it was just so nice to see family. And they handed me a Gatorade, which was so glorious, even though I stopped at every water station throughout the run to I would rotate between water and Gatorade. I really felt like I needed that sugar from the Gatorade because your body gets depleted very quickly. So it was just so nice. And then not long after I saw them it started to heavily rain. Not downpour, but it was like heavily rain where I was like soaked to the bone. Like my shorts were soaked. I could feel like my hat, and unfortunately, like it just, because of the weather, I had stepped in, ran through a bunch of puddles, and my socks were wet, my shoes were wet, everything was wet. And obviously it was pretty cold out on Monday, so my body like froze up. And when I say my body, specifically my knees, like my knees like completely locked up, my body seized up, and there was no, my knees like would barely bend from mile 14 to 26. It was, I was in a lot of pain. So specifically mile 20 to 21 was, I think, my longest run. It took me, I was going like a 9-minute pace all the way up to like 15 minutes because I had to stop. I had to start walking. Pretty much from mile 20 to 26, I was doing a run walk just whenever I could. I wasn't tracking it. I just fully believe on going based off of how your body feels. So I walked a lot, the 20 to 21. My knees just needed a break. I am still very happy to say that I still ran up Heartbreak Hill. It was not, the incline wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be. And I just equate that to like all my training. Like I knew Boston was known for their hills, so I did a lot of hill training. And overall, I would not say that the hills killed me whatsoever. What killed me was the weather. So I'm very happy to say I ran up Heartbreak Hill, even though I was in a lot of pain. Anyways, so my knees were killing me. And even, I always say that the first 2 miles are the hardest for me. I actually would say that in regards to the marathon, the first 2 miles were the easiest and the last 2 were the hardest. I wanted to stop so bad so many times throughout the marathon, but I just like had to keep pushing through. Obviously I wanted to finish so bad. I did not finish in the time I wanted to, but I still finished, and that's what matters. Anyways, so I'm a little all over the place, but there's just so much to share and so many thoughts. But anyways, when I was kind of like was getting into Boston, the crowds like running through BC was wild. Like that experience was something I can't even put into words how awesome it was running through BC, specifically for, at least for me. And like I remember one girl specifically, like she literally looked at me, pointed to me, and just said, you got this. And I, at the time, needed it so bad because my knees were killing me so much. Anytime I would stop to walk and then decided like, all right, Hill, it's time to run, I had to close my eyes and my face would like squint because it took like probably 20 seconds. And I know 20 seconds isn't long, but when you're in pain, that 20 seconds is like forever. I was in so much pain, and it took like that long for my knees to kind of start working again. But when she did that, I was just like so motivated, and I decided, I'm like, all right, it doesn't matter how slow you go, just do like an easy jog to the end. The last like mile and a half, I just ran through, no walking, because I was just like too afraid to walk. So when I finally turned on to Boylston, like I don't even know who I was. I was screaming like, sorry, explicit. I was like channeling my inner Tom. I was screaming like, let's fucking go. I was like waving my hands, like running on Boylston again, like back to the BC crowd. I can't even put into words, like until you experience it, there's just no other feeling. It was wild. I don't know if people have seen this, but there was, I saw it like all over Instagram. A guy proposed to his girlfriend, like right before he was like on Boylston, and I ran right by that. It was before he was down on one knee, but I saw it happening and I like ran past him, and it was just unbelievable. And just, I ran past where the bombs went off for the Boston Marathon, and I quickly like glimpsed at the memorial that I saw like on Saturday, and I just was like, this is bigger than me. It doesn't matter how fast or slow I go, like this is a amazing experience, and like for all the survivors and victims of the marathon. And then not long after I ran past that, I saw Billy and Paula, and I really think I only saw Paula because she was standing on some kind of like, I don't know, gate, and I saw her, like her and Billy, and I was just like so relieved. And then I was like, all right, I know I'm gonna see like my parents and husband, and I didn't see them out of like the three people that I don't want to say I want to see the most, but I really wanted to see. I didn't see them, but they saw me cross the finish line because they were just so close. And I think there's so many people, and it's so hard to see like as a runner, because you're obviously like focused on going and trying to focus, like you're focusing on running, you're focusing on the crowd, and then also just like trying to make sure like there's no potholes or something. So anyways, I run past the finish line, and it was just like you run past and all the volunteers, which were amazing. It was just like congratulating you, and you know, I'm just walking down and trying to find a way like out, or how I can see my family and obviously get my medal. And I just heard a whistle, and I would know that whistle from anywhere. I knew it was my dad, and sure enough it was. And I was able to like pull to the side, and was able to see my parents and Anthony and Billy and Paula, and I got super emotional when I saw Anthony because he knows how hard I trained, and how much my body's been through with the kids, and trying to get back to I'm not where I once was physically. I never will be. But you know, he saw the days where I was up at 3 a.m. for the day, or 2:45, or 3. I mean, my alarm was set every day for 3:50, and will still continue to be. But you know, the miles I put in, and all the recovery, and how much time and effort I put into training for the marathon, it was just very emotional. And not even just for the marathon, just trying to train to get back to being myself. And so it was very emotional. And after I saw them, I still had my medal, and I wanted that thing so bad. So then I had to walk down, and also there was like no opening that I could find. So I got my medal and like the cape thing to help keep me warm, because I was very, very cold. I didn't realize like how cold I was until like after I stopped. And so I got my medal and the cape, and then I was finally able to like find and stay with my family. And then I went home and saw my kids and the rest of my family, and I walked in my parents' house, and they had it decorated for me. We enjoyed my favorite Black Dog pizza, and it was just like an incredible day. Today, how I'm feeling, I am definitely sore. This is probably terrible of me to say, but this is just being honest. I definitely have been more sore after CrossFit competitions, but it's a different kind of sore. It's a different kind of sore. I mainly today just have knee pain, and I definitely am having that delayed onset muscle soreness, because as the day's gone on, my quads are getting more sore. But honestly, the fact that I'm not like dead, I think just goes to show like how I was recovering worked, how I like ate throughout the marathon, how I ate the weekend before, how I've been taking care of my body, just really showed like, you know, hey, like you were doing all the right things, and I am not wrecked today, which I'm very happy about. Again, I am sore, but it's just, I definitely have been more sore, which I feel bad saying, but this is just my experience. So I'm curious to see how I will feel tomorrow. The biggest thing that is wrong with me today is just my knees. My knees are in a lot of pain. I haven't experienced this except when I ran my 20 miles. But I'm confident that with rest and recovery and good food that they will be completely fine. So if you ended up watching this video, thank you. And thank you so much to everyone who texted me and supported me and just asked about my training, and just, it really means the world to me. Running the Boston Marathon, I'm still really processing. I can't believe that I did it, and I think it just goes to show that if you really want to do something, you can absolutely do it.